I have just discussed two golden rules of creating any question by using which you can do any kind of questions, Now let's talk about parameters. So today we will be discussing about parameters and arguments. Parameters and arguments. What is the difference in between them? That means we are discussing about argumented function. Do remember parameterized function and argumented functions both are same thing. Let me write this for you. Parameterized and argumented functions are same. Parameterized and argumented functions are same. Some people call them or non-parameterized, non-argumented, non-parameterized and non-argumented function. एक ही बात है. You can say anything. And second one, this non-parameterized or non-argumented. Any name you can use. You can use any name. Non-argumented, non-parameterized. Doesn't matter. Fine. So now parameters and arguments. What is the difference between these two? What is the difference between these two? So first of all, argument. Values or names of variable which we send during function calling are known as argument. Do remember, values or names of variable which we send during function calling are known as arguments. For example, let me give one example. Suppose I am just calling factorial function 5. So here one argument is sent. Fine. Second, let me write average. Or sorry, suppose first factorial only. Let me write the name of variable n. Here also one argument is sent. What is the difference between example 1 and 2? In example 1, we are sending the fixed number. That means always it will find the factorial of 5. And in example 2, the number which will be entered by user, it will calculate the factorial of that number. Of course, you have to enter the value of n. You have to enter the value of n. And suppose if the question is of average of 3 numbers, here 3 arguments are sent. 3 arguments to call that function. That means this function is for finding average of 4 numbers. And what I can do, I can put the name of variable and I can input it before calling function. Here 3 arguments are sent. The difference between third and fourth is third will be finding the average of 10, 20, 30 fixed values, and fourth will be finding the average of A, B, C. That means you have to first enter the value of A and B and C before calling the function. Do remember, before calling the function, you have to first enter the value of A, B and C. Then it will call. This is the meaning of argument. And what is this parameter? And always remember, arguments are known as senders. Arguments को क्या बोलते हैं? Senders. ये it's locally we can call it. Arguments are senders. Arguments are known as senders. जो sender है, कॉल करूंगा तभी सेंड करूंगा फंक्शन को मैं. सेंडर्स, भेजना. ठीक है. पैरामीटर्स क्या होंगे? रिसीवर्स. पैरामीटर्स आर रिसीवर्स. Always remember if I say, just a minute, are the name of variables only which will receive the values of arguments when function is called. are the name of variables only which will receive the values of arguments when function is called. मतलब जब function को आप call करते हो तो senders आ रहे हैं आपके पास में. Senders को hold कौन करेगा? Receiver. Receiver क्या होगा? Only variable. Why so? Why so? Simple reason. Simple reason is this. Suppose a equals to 10. If I write this thing, then here 10 is sender. In this expression, 10 is sender and a is receiver. In this expression, just with this example, we can explain this. In this example, 10 is sender. This is not example of function, but still, and a is receiver. If you write 10 equals to 20, error will come. Here, receiver is constant, and we know that constant cannot be changed. Constant cannot be changed anyhow. Constant cannot be changed anyhow. This is the reason why the parameters are only name of variables. Because what happens, suppose that, let me write for you. Just for example, parameters are always provided when you are defining the function. Always remember, when you are defining the function, that means creating the function, at that time parameters names are defined. If you want to find the sum of 5 numbers, then 5 senders, so 5 receiver. If you want to find the factorial of 2 numbers at a time, then 2 senders, 2 receiver. If you want to send a string, single string, then 1 sender, 1 receiver. If you want to send two list to a function, 2 senders, 2 receiver. In such a manner you will be deciding as per the question. So just let me write this for you. Suppose def factorial. Here you can take any name you can take, because since we are discussing argumented function, of course you have to write one name. Let me write n colon, then of course the logic will be there for the question. Logic. So here n is parameter, and this function is accepting one argument. That's what parameter is 1. So what it will do, when you will call factorial 5, let me make it factorial function. Here I am calling and sending 10. This is function calling. So now this sender 10 argument will go to receiver n. So internally what will happen? So internally 10 will be assigned to variable n. Simple. Once the function gets called, जैसे ही function call होगा, the value will be sent. Sender जाएगा receiver के पास में, receiver के अंदर value अपनी assign हो जाएगी. So what is the reason why I have written this variable only? Simple reason. If you are writing here 100, that means so internally 10 will be assigned to 100. We are trying to assign. So here 100 is parameter, and we are trying to assign 10 into 100. We are trying to assign 10 into 100, which is not possible. No one can assign. Nobody can assign. That means this is wrong. This is totally wrong. That is the reason parameters are always name of variables. Any name you can have, but you cannot put constants. Always remember. ठीक है? So one note, parameters are known as receivers. Always remember, parameters are known as receivers. Fine. Okay. So now let's start doing some questions. This we have discussed. Now we will understand passing strings to function, passing list to function, passing tuple to function, passing dictionary to function, and returning also. Let's do it so that we can do all the questions, because basic questions so you all can do. I know basic questions you all can do, simple sum finding and all, average finding and print a number, factorial and all. It's just all about copying the logic into the function and do the question. That's it. I'll give you a sample sheet of questions so that you can practice for functions. Fine. Now, next very important, passing string. Passing का मतलब क्या है? Sending strings, lists, tuples, dictionary to function as argument. Simple. Now the questions that we were not able to do that time, that write a program to create user defined function, because that time we have not discussed. So now we will create some user defined functions which will accept strings, list, tuple, dictionary, and even we can return also. We can return the string, we can return the tuple, we can return the list, we can return the dictionary also. No problem at all. Okay, let us do that now. Now, one thing you have to remember, and what is that? Mutable parameters कौन से होंगे? Mutable parameters in this case, and immutable parameters. This is very important. Immutable parameters. That means that parameters will be mutable when you will be sending the list and dictionary. Of course, when user will send, as you know that when we assign a list into some variable, if you can recall the previous memory, when we assign list into some other variable, then it becomes a nickname, of that particular list or dictionary. So this will become mutable when user will send list or dictionary, mutable parameters to the function. ठीक है? Immutable, as we know that strings are immutable and tuples are immutable. Strings and tuples are immutable. So here, when user will send tuples or this strings, and even numbers are immutable, as you all know, because we know that mutable, list, dictionary, tuple, string, and that numbers are immutable, that we cannot change when user will send tuples or strings. Fine. Okay, let's start it one by one, then you will understand what is the meaning of this. Question 1, write a program to create a user defined function, find the suppose length of string. User defined function to find the length of string and print it. Now here it is not written that whether we have to return it. Since it is written print it, that means wahi print kar do. Otherwise you can return also. As we know that len function returns the length. Len function returns the length also after finding the length of this. So here user is asking that you have to create a user defined function to find the length of string and print it. String की length find करनी है और print अपन को करना है. देखो कैसे करेंगे, super easy. Let me just open. Okay, first of all, as we know that this question requires only one argument to be sent. So just create the function def. The name of function, let me take length only. And as we are sending string, take one name, any name you can take, any name, no problem. and I will just write the code after some time. I am just creating the definition. Fine. Now here you will enter one string. Suppose let me take S input, enter string, enter a line of text, no issues. Now what you will do, you will call the function length as we call len function and send S. Let's just trace it so that you can understand this thing. Let me open this open board for you. Just a minute. Okay, fine. Now you can easily see this. Suppose let me just okay, fine. You can see that this is function name we understood. As we want to send only one argument, so we just took one name. मैंने एक नाम ले लिया. Any name you can take, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, anything. ठीक है. So first of all, this line will be executed. This line executed. Fine. You will see one message, enter a line of text. Now this function gets called here. So of course, it will go to the definition. Function call हुआ तो कहाँ जाएगा? इधर. Fine. S will be stored in S1. The value of S will go in S1. जो S के अंदर suppose S के अंदर welcome था. You just imagine कि welcome is stored in S. So now this same welcome will go in S1. Same welcome will go in S1. That means now you have string with you in S1, whatever you have input in S. Fine. Now the question is all about finding the length of this S1. And what is that? It is asking that how many characters are there, in this particular S1 variable. It's all about running a loop. As we know that if we run a for loop, the for loop will iterate the character one by one. As you all know, the for loop will iterate the character of S1 one by one. That means the for loop will run that many number of time which is equal to the number of characters. So what we can do inside the for loop, if we increase a variable by 1, we can take one variable, suppose x equal to 0 before starting the loop, and there we can increase the value. What is that? Let me just discuss it with you so that you can understand it. Wait for a minute. Okay. So here, what I will do, suppose that I am just removing it. Now, as I said that here, assume it, suppose I'm just assuming, assume S is welcome. User has entered welcome only. So now this length function will be called and S will be sent to S1. So here S1 will copy welcome. Of course, welcome will be copied. Now you all know if we run a loop, suppose for X in S1, means first of all W will go in X, then E, then L, then C, then O, then M, then E. That means 7 characters are there. So 7 times values will go in X variable. So what we can do, since this loop is running the length times, so it's all about taking one variable. Suppose let me take P equal to 0 and just increase the variable inside the loop. You all know this thing, P equals to P plus 1. And once the loop gets false, you should print the value of this P. Just print the value of this P. So length of, I will trace this, length of text is comma P. Let us trace this so that you can understand it more properly. Okay. Let me copy this. Fine. Just a minute. It is opening the file. Yes. Okay. I have copied the entire function. Now we will visualize it and you will understand each and everything very clearly. Fine. Function is here. Let me just little bit increase the. Okay. Now, first of all, this function will be created. You can see next. Okay. Length function gets created. And whenever you will call this function, it will be going into S1. Fine. This line will be executed. S equals to input. It is asking. Suppose let me write welcome. Submit. Now you will see S gets created. S. And in S, welcome is stored. Fine. Now this function will be called. So control will move to line number 1. Fine. You can see S1 gets value from S directly stored welcome. In the S1 we have copied welcome. Fine. Next variable will be created p equal to 0. Okay. This is for calculating the length. It will increase its value one by one. It will increase its value one by one as long as the loop will run. Now see. First of all, what X will take? X will take W. You can see X. This is super easy explanation. I'm telling you. By using this website, you can easily find and easily trace any question that you are not understanding. W is assigned first time. Now this will be increasing one by one. The value of P is 1. Fine. Because one character we have read successfully. Now next time loop will run. E will be assigned in X. See here. E. E is assigned. Okay. We got it. Again, since assignment is successfully done, again P will be increased by 1. 2 हो गया. ठीक है. Next time loop will run. Now next value will be assigned, that is L. L आया. P will be increased by 1. 3. Next value will be assigned, which is C. P will be incremented by 1. 4. Next value assign हुई O. P will be increased 5. देख लो O तक 5 कैरेक्टर हो चुके हैं. Till O 5 characters. Next character will be assigned M. P will be increased 6. Next character will be assigned E. P will be 7. Now no more character left. तो बस यहीं खत्म कर देगा. And it will be moving out of the loop. You can see that X last value is E only because last character was E. Fine. The value of P is 7 only. Now it will be printing its line. That's it. Return value is none. Why? Because you are not returning anything. You are not returning anything. It will directly print the length of text is 7. Simple. Very simple. Now, let me do the same question by returning. Let me do the same question. I'm telling you, this is super crazy steps of doing the functions. It's all about your logic. If you know the concept of string, list, tuple, dictionary, you can do any question by using functions. Any question you can do by function. Let me do the same question by returning. I will return the write a program to create an user defined function to find the length of string and return the length, which returns the length. Always remember, if it is not given, then you can choose return or without return. It's up to you. But if it is given, then you have to return that answer. Simple. We know that this is so simple. Return means simple print हटा दो और return p कर दो. Return का मतलब simple. And as I discussed with you, when you are returning, value वापस जाएगी and आपको store करनी पड़ेगी. This will go. Now this will be acting like expression. Function की calling क्या हुआ? Expression की तरह act कर रही है. तो value of p will come here at this highlighted point. So what we can do? We can store in some variable. Let me take one variable a equals to. So now this will become expression. First function will be called. The function statements will be executed and the result of p will be transferred over here and p will be stored in a variable. So now you can print the length. So simple. Length of thing. This is a simple difference between returning and without returning. It's all about returning and without returning. Okay, let me just test it again. You will get the same answer. Don't worry about it. You will get the same answers. Answers will never change. Here I'm just cutting this. Return p. and I am just taking one variable a equals to length, and then print a, length of text is. Let's trace this quickly so that you can understand it. Function gets created, fine. Enter, suppose I'm entering my name, fine. Next gets called, s1 gets value from s, अमित आ गया उसके अंदर. Now one by one, see p0 xa हुआ, फिर 1 xm, फिर 2 xi, फिर 3 x4, and then p value 4, and finally return p. So where the p will go? Here, where the function gets called. यहाँ पर वैल्यू आ गई p की, और किस में स्टोर कर लिया? a ने. तो रिटर्न, यू विल सी रिटर्न वैल्यू 4. रिटर्न वैल्यू इज 4. दैट इज द लेंथ ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग. रिटर्न कहाँ करा? इस एक्सप्रेशन पे. यू विल सी a गेट्स क्रिएटेड, a बन गया अपने पास, 4 आ गया, एंड नाउ length of text is 4. Length of text is 4. Fine. So this is super easy explanation of this. Now, by using this question, by using this example, you can find the length of tuple, you can find the length of list also, and even you can find the length of dictionary. Let me do one question for you. Rest 2 questions you will do by yourself. Fine. Let me find the length of. That means you can find the length of any sequence. This is applicable on all question. Do remember, this logic is applicable on all question. Write a program to create an user defined function to find the length of a list and return the length. बहुत simple. User defined function to find the length of a list and return the length. As we know that since string, list, tuple, ये सब क्या है? Sequence. तो अगर आप सीक्वेंस को सेंड करोगे, सेंडर सीक्वेंस है तो रिसीवर वेरिएबल होगा. एंड वी नो दैट फॉर लूप विल इटरेट 1 by 1. फॉर लूप तो क्या करेगा? स्ट्रिंग को भी एक एक करके इटरेट करेगा. इवन लिस्ट इट विल इटरेट 1 by 1 all elements, and even tuple elements 1 by 1. So that means if we run a for loop and if we take one variable with 0 value and the variable gets incremented by 1, then of course every time you can find this. So this is general logic for finding length of anything. Same def length, you can take any variable here. Now if you will send the list, n will become the list. If you will send the string, n will become string. If you will send the tuple, n will become tuple, and dictionary, then n will become dictionary. No problem for n. It will behave accordingly. Whatever you will be sending, it will behave accordingly. So same logic. Let me take one variable p equal to 0 for a in n. अभी n कुछ भी हो, whether it is a string, dictionary, list or tuple, एक एक करके अपना for loop read करता जाएगा. Simple p equal to p plus 1. Do remember, this is most important question. And return p. Fine. Now you can simply enter the list, or let me just create a fixed list for you for easy understanding and quick understanding. Otherwise we know how to create a list. We can create a list by using loop and append function. Empty list लेके loop के अंदर append function call करते जाएंगे, list अपनी create हो जाएगी. Suppose this is, I am just taking this list, and then what I can do, x equals to length, and send this list 1. Simple. So now sender is a list, so receiver will become list automatically. List 1 की list 1 कहाँ चला गया? n में. So now what this for loop will do, 1 by 1, first of all 10, then 20, 30, 40, 50, 5 times चलेगा. तो लेंथ कितनी हुई अपने पास में? 5. Let's just trace it. बहुत सिंपल है बेटा. लेंथ लिस्ट की निकाल देगा, देखना. विजुअलाइज, क्लिक ऑन नेक्स्ट. ओके, लेंथ फंक्शन गेट्स क्रिएटेड, लिस्ट बन गई, देख सकते हो आप. लाइन नंबर 7, लिस्ट गेट्स क्रिएटेड, इंडेक्सिंग आ गई 0 1 2 3 4 and the elements are stored. Fine. Next, function gets called. Can you see n is holding the same value? Can you see this? N is holding the same value. मैंने पहले ही कहा था आपको लिस्ट इज म्यूटेबल. लिस्ट इज म्यूटेबल, दैट मीन्स निक नेम विल बी क्रिएटेड. निक नेम. तो n is now pointing to the same list. N is pointing to the same list because lists are mutable, and by this syntax nickname gets created. No problem. Next. Now p gets created one by one. First value of variable a in loop 10, then p will be incremented. Next value will 10, 20, p 2 हुआ. Next value 30, you can see this, p will be 3. Next value 40, then p will be 4. Next value 50, then p will be 5, and there is no more value. It will be returning what? P. Return value कितना हुआ? 5. And where it will go? Here. देखो, x is 5. Super simple. I'm telling you this is very easy. And if you will take list, आप list ले लो, कोई problem नहीं है. देखो, it's all about brackets. Instead of list, let me write the name T1 for it. No problem. It will work with list and tuple also, because we know that sequence पे तो ऐसे ही काम चलेगा अपने पास. For loop होगा. Tuple gets created, then tuple, and then p0. Fine. One by one, then 30, 40, and 50. Finally, loop gets over. Return करा 5, 5 values. Then x is this. Then you can print. If you want, you can print. Of course, we will print here. Length of tuple is comma x. Fine. So by this way, you can find length of anything. Let me give you one question so that you will try this. You will try this. Write a program to find the length of dictionary. In the same way, you will try this question. Write a program to find the length of dictionary. Same way. Fine.